morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. It's the 3rd of July, the year of our Lord, 2023. It's Monday, so get up out your bed, bend the knee, thank God for another day. Come on, guys. Brush your teeth, both of them. Okay, oil your scalp. Ladies, get the rollers out. Are rollers even a thing? I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. But anyways, we're gonna act like a thing is so, even though it ain't so, in order that it might be so, because God said so. I want to talk about parenting and mentoring, okay? All week, I want to talk about what God calls us to if we're going to be a godly parent. Now, if you ain't got kids, don't you turn me off, because you got somebody who looks up to you that is expecting certain virtues out of you. So when you hear parenting, think mentoring. What does it mean to lead well? And that's what I want to talk about. Starting in Psalm 127, verse 3 says, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with his enemies in the gate." I love this metaphor that the psalmist is using about parenting and the blessing of children. And he says essentially, he compares and likens children to weapons. He says they're like arrows in the quiver of an archer, right? And blessed is he who fills his quiver with them. Arrows in the hand of a warrior. And I've always thought a wonderful metaphor, biblically speaking, for parents is I understand that God has given you these children to raise in such a way that they'll be weapons in the arsenal of the kingdom of God. In other words, my job as a parent is not just to raise up a doctor or a lawyer, but a weapon for Jesus. Not just to raise up someone successful, but to raise up someone faithful. To not just raise up someone who's going to take care of me, but someone who's going to be raised to take care of God's business. It's the idea that I'm preparing them in such a way to be unleashed on the earth as a kingdom that God can trust in. And here's my question to you today. How are your arrows doing? Because sometimes we get this, and if we don't have a proper vision of parenting and mentoring, we're always going to miss. And God says, at the end of the day, parent, your job is to understand that your kids are gifts that are be trained up for God's will. In other words, I love it too, because when you think about an arrow, arrows don't stay with you. If arrows are going to be used to do what arrows do, it means they leave the archer and they go somewhere else. Oh, if you get it sooner, I'll preach much shorter. They say one of the most extensive issues amongst young people today is something called extended adolescence. So much so that children now entering into college and adulthood have now come up with the metaphor adulting to speak of the stress and chaos of what they're experiencing as they're now having to figure stuff off on their own. And what children are complaining about today is that mom and dad prepared me to be a child, but mom and dad didn't prepare me to be grown. And we've got 28-year-olds still calling mama to figure out how to do laundry. And we got 34-year-olds still calling mama when things go haywire, because they have not been properly prepared to be arrows who are sent away. And so they stay because they're never sent away. So they come back because they've never been sent away. Smelling what I'm stepping in? At the end of the day, God says, parent, I want your kids to be raised in such a way that you prepare them to be used by me, the ultimate parent. That's the first lesson of godly parenting. Come back this week for more, because that's hope for today. I'll see you next time.